moment that decides everything you know. That moment when you first wake up, not fully here, not fully gone. The light hasn't cracked the window yet. The world is still whispering, and for a second, there's no weight. No emails, no headlines, no expectations. Just you. And a choice. Most people miss it. They grab their phones before their breath, scroll before they stretch, react before they even remember who they are. But here's the thing no one tells you. That fragile little moment, half asleep, half awake, is the most powerful part of your day. It's not dramatic. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't care if you're a CEO or a college student or just someone trying to get through life without breaking. It just is a doorway. You either walk through it with intention or you stumble through it on autopilot. And the difference? That's where your peace lives. That's where your confidence begins. That's where you start building a life you're proud of. Quietly, deliberately, one morning at a time. This isn't about perfection. It's not about waking up at 4:30 a.m., chugging green juice, or sprinting into some hustle fantasy. This is about 7 small human things you can do each morning. Habits that feel like home. Habits that anchor you. Habits that whisper, you're not behind. You're just beginning. So if you're ready, not for a productivity hack, but a real shift, let's walk through them, one sunrise at a time. Habit 1, wake up before the world. Does there's something sacred about being awake when the world is still asleep? No traffic, no alerts, no noise. Just a soft hush that feels like the planet is exhaling. And you're finally able to hear your own thoughts without interruption. Now, this isn't about being part of some elite 5 a.m. club or forcing yourself into a sleep-deprived zombie mode. Honestly, that's overrated. Nobody wins if you're grumpy and burnt out by noon. But there is something quietly life-changing about waking up early, just a little earlier than you need to, and giving yourself space before the world comes knocking. Why? Because stillness is strength. Most of us go straight from unconscious to overstimulated, alarms blaring, messages pinging, the mental treadmill already running. And by the time we even take a breath, we're already behind. That's not living, that's surviving. But when you wake up before the noise, something shifts. You create a buffer between your peace and the chaos. You reclaim the morning as yours, not someone else's. You don't even need to do anything fancy. In fact, the less, the better. Sit with your coffee in silence. Watch the way light slowly sneaks into the room. Listen to your own breath. Let the quiet wrap around you like a warm blanket that says you're allowed to start slow. Even 15 extra minutes can work magic. That's it. No journaling marathons, no high-intensity boot camps. Just time that's yours. Time where the outside world doesn't get a vote. Think of it like tuning an instrument before a performance. That gentle silence, that's you tuning your mind, your body, your energy, so the rest of your day doesn't play out of key. And here's the wild part. People around you will start to notice something different. You'll seem a little more grounded, a little less rattled, a little more you. Because when you start your day with intention, everything else bends around that center. Traffic doesn't feel quite as stressful. Emails lose their bite. Even your tone of voice softens. Without you trying, you stop reacting. You start responding. So no, you don't need to wake up with the sun every day. But what you do need is a morning that belongs to you, before the world claims it. Give yourself that gift. You'll be shocked how much power lives in that quiet hour. Habit 2. Make your bed. Make your mind. It sounds almost too simple, doesn't it? Make your bed. That's it? That's supposed to be powerful? But here's the thing. This tiny act does something enormous. It flips a switch in your brain. It tells your scattered thoughts. We're not in chaos anymore. We're in control now. Because when your external space is in order, your internal world starts to follow. You might have heard that speech from a Navy admiral who said, if you want to change the world, start by making your bed. and it went viral for a reason. It's not about bed sheets. It's about momentum. Making your bed is the first win of the day. You finished something. You brought order to a small corner of your world. And that matters more than you think. See, your brain craves closure. It craves rhythm. It craves stability. And when the very first thing you do after waking is complete something, tidy it, smooth it, tuck it, it lays the groundwork for your mind to stay focused and intentional all day long. It's a symbol, a signal, a soft but steady voice whispering, "Today, I showed up for myself." And listen, this isn't about perfection. This isn't about hospital corners or matching pillows or interior design Instagram aesthetics. It's about ownership. It's about the message your environment sends to your brain. You matter enough to take care of the space you wake up in. It's weird how a wrinkled, messy bed can quietly drain you. It's like visual clutter that keeps your mind slightly disoriented. But a made bed, it grounds you. It's the first step in saying, this space and this life isn't happening to me. I'm shaping it. Some people meditate, some people stretch, some people down a protein shake. But you can start by pulling the blanket tight, adjusting the pillows, maybe even tossing a little gratitude on top. Thanks for the rest, bed. Let's go again. And then you walk away knowing something's finished. Something's tidy, something's whole. You'd be surprised how much stronger your mind feels when it starts the day putting something back together instead of picking something up in a rush. It's grounding, it's symbolic, it's underrated. So yes, make your bed, even if the rest of the room's a mess, even if no one else will see it. Do it for you, for the part of you that's craving stability, rhythm, a sense of quiet order. Because when you make your bed, you're not just tidying up your room, you're practicing how to hold yourself with care, clarity, and quiet confidence. Habit 3, move like you mean it. You don't need to hit the gym at 6 a.m. You don't need six-pack abs or a personal trainer whispering motivational quotes into your earbuds. But you do need to move, not to punish yourself, not to burn calories, but to remind your body, hey, we're alive. Let's act like it. See, most people wake up and immediately get trapped in their heads. Thoughts flying, notifications buzzing, to-do lists screaming. But your mind and body, they're teammates. If you start the day stuck in your head, you're leaving your body behind. And the two don't like being separated for long. Movement reintroduces the two. Even something as small as 5 minutes of stretching, a walk around the block, dancing while you brush your teeth, rolling your shoulders back and breathing like you actually mean it. This isn't about looking good. It's about feeling connected again. Because when your blood starts flowing, so does your focus. When your posture opens, so does your energy. And when you move with intention, not frantic or rushed, but present, something inside you realigns. Let me ask you something. Have you ever seen a stressed person walk slowly and breathe deeply? Didn't think so. Movement regulates your nervous system. It reduces cortisol. It sharpens your attention. It literally changes your brain chemistry. We're talking dopamine, serotonin, the works. It's like giving your mind a fresh cup of clarity. And here's a little secret. You don't even have to sweat. This isn't gym class. This is morning presence. It can be Tai Chi in the living room, a slow jog, a few sun salutations while your coffee brews, or just rolling out your wrists and ankles while standing on the balcony with your eyes closed, feeling the wind. The point isn't exercise. The point is embodiment. Waking up through the body instead of just dragging it behind you all day like a forgotten suitcase. So yeah, move like you mean it. Move like someone who remembers that this body is not an inconvenience. It's your home, your vessel, your ally. And when you treat it that way, it shows up for you, not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, energetically. You move your body, and suddenly your day moves differently too. Habit 4, journal what you don't say out loud. There are things you carry that you never speak about. thoughts that swirl too fast, emotions that knot up in your chest, random fears, hopes, regrets, all tangled together like headphones in a drawer. And here's the truth. If you don't give those thoughts somewhere to go, they don't just disappear. They sit in the background of your mind like browser tabs you forgot to close, slowing you down, draining your energy, distracting you from being fully present. That's why journaling in the morning isn't just a hobby. It's emotional hygiene. It's brushing your mind before the day begins. And no, it doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be deep. It doesn't even have to make sense. You can write, "I don't want to go to work." I feel weird about that conversation yesterday. I wish I didn't care, but I do. That's it. Just get it out. Because writing gives your mind structure. Thoughts that felt like fog suddenly take shape. Emotions that felt overwhelming begin to soften the moment they hit paper. You know why? Because now they've been witnessed. And humans, we're not meant to carry everything silently, even if no one else reads it. The act of you reading your own mind on paper is healing. You're not bottling things up anymore. You're decoding them. There are so many ways to do this. You can try morning pages, 3 uncensored stream of consciousness pages, popularized by Julia Cameron. Just write what comes up. No editing, no filtering. Gratitude lists, 3 things you're thankful for. Start small. My coffee, my dog, a quiet sky. Questions. What am I avoiding? What do I need today? Who am I when no one's watching? Or just ramble, scribble, curse, confess, dream. You don't need to be a writer. You just need to be honest. And if you're thinking, but I don't have time to journal, I get it. But let me ask, how much time do you lose during the day, distracted by thoughts you never processed? This is 5 minutes, maybe 10. It's not about filling pages. It's about freeing space. And some days, it's not what you write. It's what you learn while writing. Maybe a sentence appears on the page that surprises you. Maybe you finally name something you've been avoiding. Maybe you forgive someone or yourself, just a little, all because you slowed down and said, "I see you," to the voice inside. You want emotional clarity? Start with a pen, because if you don't say it out loud, say it on paper. It'll hear you anyway. Habit 5. Fuel like you respect yourself. Let's be honest. How many mornings have started with nothing but coffee and a half-hearted scroll through your phone? Or worse, a reheated slice of yesterday's stress disguised as breakfast. And then we wonder why we feel jittery, irritable, or foggy by 10 a.m. Here's a truth that stings a little. The way you feed yourself in the morning is the way you tell your body, "This is how much I value you." It's not about being perfect. It's not about counting macros or making kale smoothies with ceremonial-grade matcha. Unless that's your thing, then, hey, go for it. It's about being intentional, because food isn't just fuel, it's information. It tells your brain how to think, your body how to move, and your emotions how to settle. Let me explain. When you skip breakfast or reach for sugar-loaded quick fixes, your blood sugar spikes, crashes, and turns your mood into a yo-yo. Anxiety creeps in. You get snappy. Focus goes out the window. But when you give yourself something real, even something small, your body says, okay, we're safe. We can focus now. Think warm oatmeal with almonds, a boiled egg and toast, fruit with Greek yogurt, a spoonful of peanut butter on a banana, not flashy, but grounding. And look, I'm not here to demonize coffee. Coffee is sacred. But here's the thing, drinking it on an empty stomach, that's like putting rocket fuel into a car that hasn't warmed up yet. You get the buzz, yeah, but you also get the crash, and the cramps, and the rising panic that doesn't feel connected to anything real. Want a simple fix? Eat something first. Then enjoy the coffee. Savor it. Make it part of a ritual, not an emergency jolt. This habit isn't just about health. It's about relationship. Your relationship with your body, with your time, with your energy. Ask yourself, would you feed a loved one something that makes them feel like garbage? Would you send your child or your partner out the door with nothing but caffeine and stress? then why do it to yourself? Here's what's wild. Once you start eating like someone you respect, you start feeling like someone worthy of that respect. Your confidence doesn't come from a TED Talk or a motivational quote. It comes from a bowl of food you gave yourself with care, because your body remembers how you treat it. It keeps the score, and when you show up, not to punish it, not to perfect it, but to nourish it, everything else starts to soften. You focus better. You're less reactive. Your mood feels stable. You don't reach for sugar or screens to numb you because you're already grounded. And maybe, just maybe, you start to believe that you're worthy of care before you've accomplished anything. So eat, not just because you're hungry, but because you're human. And you matter. Habit 6. Protect the first hour. Let's be real. The world is loud. Before you even brush your teeth, it's already reaching for you. Notifications, news, messages, expectations, everything screaming for your attention before you've even had a moment to check in with yourself. And you know what most people do? They surrender. They wake up, roll over, and hand their mental state to a screen. And just like that, the first hour of the day, the most tender, most vulnerable, most powerful hour, gets hijacked. But not you, not anymore. You're going to protect that hour like it's sacred, because it is. Here's why. The first hour after waking sets the tone for your entire nervous system. It tells your mind what to expect from the day. Chaos or calm, reactivity or presence, anxiety or grounded focus. That first hour, it's not about productivity, it's about sovereignty. It's the one window of time where you get to choose who you are before the world tells you. So what does it mean to protect it? It means no phone. Put it on airplane mode the night before. Seriously. No checking email, texts, or news. No diving into everyone else's agenda before you've met your own energy. Instead, you wake up and you arrive. Slowly, deliberately, mindfully. Drink water, open a window, stretch, breathe, pray, sit in silence, journal. Read a page of something that feeds you. You don't need a strict morning routine with color-coded charts. You just need a boundary between you and the noise. It's what monks call invisible architecture, the inner scaffolding that holds up your peace. No one sees it, but it supports everything. Even CEOs and high performers guard their first hour. Steve Jobs once said he asked himself every morning, if today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I'm about to do today? If the answer was no, too many days in a row, he'd change something. You don't need to be a philosopher or a billionaire. You just need to reclaim your space. That first hour is your inner temple. And if you let other people track mud through it before you've even lit a candle, of course you'll feel scattered. Of course your day will feel off. Here's the thing. You can't control the rest of the world, but you can control how you greet the day. So instead of being pulled into other people's energy, set your own. Give yourself a sacred hour, even if it's just 20 minutes, where no one gets access to you. Because once you start the day from your center, you carry that energy like armor. And the world, it starts to adjust to you. Habit 7. Speak life into the day. Most people don't realize this, but the first voice you hear each morning, the inner one, becomes the loudest echo in your head for the rest of the day. It shapes how you carry yourself. It colors how you see other people. It defines how you interpret success, failure, stress, or even silence. And for many, that voice is critical, cold, even cruel. You're already behind. You look tired. You can't handle this today. You messed up again. Imagine waking up next to someone who said that to you every single morning. You'd walk away, wouldn't you? But when it's your own voice, you live with it. That's why this last habit is so powerful, and why it might feel awkward at first. You've got to speak life into your day before the world speaks anything else. I'm not talking about forced positivity or empty affirmations that feel like you're lying to yourself. I'm talking about simple, grounding, truthful phrases, gentle reminders that plant something strong in the soil of your mind. Say them out loud. Whisper them if you need to. Write them down. Tape them to your bathroom mirror if you have to. Let your nervous system hear them. Things like, I am allowed to take up space today. I can handle what comes. I'm not behind. I'm right on time. I choose presence over panic. Today is not about perfection. It's about showing up. Even one sentence is enough. It might feel silly, but here's the neuroscience. Your brain listens to your own voice more closely than anything else. It believes what you repeat. Over time, those soft phrases become your new baseline, your emotional home. It's not magic, it's reprogramming, because the words you speak aren't just sounds. They're instructions for your subconscious. And if you start the day with instructions rooted in peace, strength, and clarity, that's the energy that drives your choices, reactions, posture, tone, and even how you breathe. You may not always control what happens today, but you can control how you meet it. So give yourself a voice that feels like a friend. Make your inner world a place of safety, not a battlefield, and watch how differently your day unfolds when the first voice you hear is kind, steady, and unapologetically on your side. It was never about perfection. So here we are, 7 simple habits, none of them flashy, none of them requiring a total life overhaul, just quiet shifts, subtle choices, a different kind of momentum. But maybe now you see, it was never about the habits, really. It was about you. It was about reclaiming your mornings, not for productivity, not for hustle, but for presence, for clarity, for you. Because mornings aren't just about waking up the body, they're about waking up the soul. And look, you'll miss days, you'll wake up late, you'll forget, you'll fall back into old loops. That's okay. You're not a machine. You're a living, breathing, complex, brilliant mess of a human being. And you're doing the best you can. The real power is in returning, again and again. No drama, no guilt, just the quiet whisper, let's begin again. One breath, one stretch, one kind word, one bowl of real food, one sacred hour, one moment of presence. That's how you change your life, not all at once, but morning by morning by morning. And maybe, just maybe, if you start showing up for yourself with that kind of gentle consistency, life starts showing up for you too. Because the truth is, the way you start your day is the way you start yourself. So start with care. Start with softness. Start with strength, silence, stillness, or all three. Start with something that reminds you, you are not here to just get through the day. You are here to live it. And your morning, it's where that life begins. Please like and subscribe. We need your support.